What's
I thought
up,
that was like a Heisman Trophy presentation for a little while.
It is. Look, I got it right here.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, we got Patrick. We got James in there.
Hold on, I didn't mute the.
Well, okay, mute yourself.
What's
There
up,
we go.
James?
I didn't mute myself. This is the trophy because I'm now officially the best ever at fishing.
What?
Whatever.
This is.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hmm.
I'll make sure I set up a visit and poke that pin in that head.
Yeah.
I'll
Well, I
beat
tell you
you
what,
off to
I'll
my
make
giant trophy.
Well, I'll make him a bet. Let's see if he can take his boat and his bumping rod and go catch another one.
That's a very specific bet there, buddy.
That's very specific because you don't have a boat and you don't have a bumping rod. So
I have
very specific.
several boats that I could borrow whenever I want.
Yeah, but
Hey,
none with that GPS trolling motor though.
Yeah, but you'd be very upset if I take the Go Devil motor out, go anchor, and catch another one.
That'd about be my luck. That's exactly what would end up happening.
Jeremy, how well do you know me? What trophy is this? It's turned around backwards.
That's one of your debate trophies, isn't it?
Which one?
Hey, Rhonda.
I don't know.
Fishing for
I have no
whiskers.
idea.
Championship trophy.
No, I said I don't know.
Hey, Jeremy, if your luck is anything like my luck and you get him, the ass will go out there and catch another big one.
Oh, that'd be about right. And then he'd just be like unlivable for the next year
or two.
The funny thing is, ask Jeremy, because we're the same way. In front of other people, we act that way. And it's just me and him. We don't brag about anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's how it is.
I just think it's funny.
What's up, Jeff? We got Jeff Bill in here, 922.
I don't know, like as far as me, I really don't care if it was me or him that caught it. Like it makes me no difference either way which one of us actually got it on the rod. You know, I'm just as happy either way.
Either way, it's in the boat. It was caught. It's on the list.
Well, as the captain, I automatically get 17.5% credit for all fish caught. So I'm just throwing that disclaimer out there right now.
I was thinking more than the lines of about 42.
Well, for him, yeah.
Did you see the star of the show on the video though?
Yes.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb.
Oh my God.
Caleb I'm telling you, I'm really considering just making him a little YouTube channel and just handing him the camera. It's like, here, just let me know when you're done. He does intros and all better than Jeremy. And we didn't tell him to do that.
No,
in fact,
I
had to pry the camera away from him. We had no idea he was going to do any of that. That was not coached at all.
If you listen carefully, when the fish is on the deck, he was doing his little intro thing, and I take the camera from him so I can film the fish. And in the background, you hear, "Please let me take pictures, please." He was mad. He was mad. I took it for a second.
Yeah, and if you pay attention in the video, we specifically tell Caleb, okay, if you want to film, but make sure you film the fish and film us. He immediately turns the camera to himself and just starts talking.
Yeah, it wasn't cut that way. He just
did that. That's exactly what he did.
Going through the footage, the amount of Caleb I actually had to cut out.
It's a lot.
Oh my God.
It's a lot.
It's hilarious to just watch the footage back of all the random things he does while we're fishing. And we know none of it. We're always busy.
No. And I had no idea that as we were going back up the boat ramp that he was talking in the camera. I was looking behind us. I had no idea he was even doing that.
Wow.
That's good though. That's good.
Look, the stuff you catch on raw footage that you didn't notice, you know, anybody who films content understands that the stuff you see and catch that you didn't know what was going on is unbelievable.
So,
what's up, Smoky Mountain? We got Catch Fish with us.
Jeremy, just in case somebody missed it, what are we talking about right now?
We are talking about the 101.1 pound blue that we put in the boat last weekend.
Oh, you finally got the math right.
I finally got the math right. I was too excited to even do math in my head. You can see in the video that he was 102.5, and the Freddy's weight sling weighs 1.4 pounds. Where I come up with 100.6 in my head, I have no idea.
Which is funny because I realized after when I saw it, I said, "Wait, so is that 101?" And you corrected me. No, it's 100.6.
Oh,
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thinking right.
Adrenaline, man, adrenaline.
Yeah,
but that fish proves a point that I've preached for 4 years now about rigs.
I am the better fisherman.
No,
oh
no. No, it proves you got a horseshoe up your ass. That's what that proves.
Did you right?
About rigs and hooks and terminal tackle, you just never know when that big one is gonna hit. You got to be ready. Check your rigs, check your hooks. You use good quality hooks. Don't skimp on this stuff because at any moment that big one can hit, and you don't want it to cost you.
That's a fact.
Yeah. You have a hook in front of you.
What's up, Crappie Day?
Yeah, I'm playing with an old hook.
Yeah, show how the hook was actually hooked in the, like I explained it to you, how it was hooked in the top of that fish's mouth.
The hook,
because the way it was hooked,
that
a bad hook would have broke.
The hook was hooked in the roof of his mouth, about 3-4 inches behind his tooth patch, like up there. It was hooked in that bony part in the roof of his mouth at a very odd angle. The hook was basically sideways like this, getting pulled on like this with the leader.
Yeah,
a cheap hook, wow. it would have bent the offset further, and he'd have come undone.
Take the hook and put the point just inside your 2 fingers.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that. It was like that, and the leader was pulling on it like this. It was really weird.
It was in the bone. It was so sharp. It hooked the bone. Because if you have good headphones, watch the video. When you see me pull it out, you hear tuk, and you hear when I pull it out.
You hear it pop out.
But the point is, the way barely just the tip was hooked. So with that much pressure, the way I was pulling, I'm sure there was 80, 90 pounds of like pressure, just like the way I was. Because for that, or John can say, because you're used to that. When they pull that one good time, a bad hook would have broke. Yeah,
it was just an odd, and it happened that way because the fish didn't bite and turn. I think he bit and went down. He went down back towards the bottom and then towards the boat. So the hook had no choice but to hook him here instead of trying to get out either side of the corner of the mouth. It's one of those things where a good offset circle hook pays, because a true circle hook, an inline circle hook, you may not have got that fish.
Yeah, in the video, a few people asked, is that really the length of the fight? Was it that short? Yes.
Yep, it really was.
That was about 90% of the total length, and I cut very small sections of the cameras were looking at just my butt or something. I just cut those pieces out.
Yeah.
Because the fish, I was catching up to the fish running towards me or up most of the time. It only made that one good run where you see the rod bent in half. That was it.
Yep. And when he made that one good hard pull at the boat, I went ahead and turned the trolling motor off to make it a little easier to go ahead and get him in the boat. I hate to say I was a little disappointed in the fight for that big of a fish. My 87 actually fought way harder than that 100 did, believe it or not.
All three of the big fish, the 66, the 64, 72, and 87, because I caught the 64 on Jeremy's black horse.
Yeah.
That was way longer, harder of a fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
they were more aggressive.
I've caught 35 and 40 pounders that fought better than any 60 or 70.
Yeah. I still think most aggressive fish and fight was the video where it almost pulled Jeremy out the back of the boat. I think that was the 72.
Yeah, that 72. Yeah, absolutely. That one right there was by far the hardest fight I've had of any fish I've ever caught in my life. I can promise you that.
922 say he felt sorry for Andrew.
He might have. I don't know.
That's why he come up so easy.
He also said he pouring 100 pounds worth of weight so he can hook it around his waist, because fish that size would make him go water skiing.
Yep. See, Danny has a good point. It took him 34 minutes to get an 88 in, but on the bank.
Right.
Yeah.
That is off the bank is significantly harder.
Yeah, because right there you're fighting the fishes. The fish does not want to come towards the bank in that shallow ass water right towards the bank.
Right.
So you're fighting its instinct to turn around and run away from you. You know, in the boat, you're not necessarily fighting that. But on a bank, that fish does not want to come up on that bank.
And they're coming up at an angle too when you're on the bank.
Yeah. That's just how it goes. But I tell you what, if it wasn't before, definitely made a believer out of me in the Ancient Mariner braid. I can tell you that right now, because that Ancient Mariner 65-pound braid has caught every one of our fish above 50 pounds this year. And it's the same braid. I haven't respooled those reels since I got them. So it's the exact same braid that we've caught all these big fish on all year. So yeah, definitely made a believer out of me.
Yeah.
Dead Parker. Lance, you can get off camera all you want. They done lost.
See, with Jerry, you've got the big fish record holder for the Crimson hooks.
No, she got the TV loud, man.
And then we've got the record for the German hooks. So 200-pound fish caught on RCT hooks this year.
Yeah, so whichever RCT catfish hook you want, it's capable of triple-digit fish. There you go.
Yeah,
without a
fish on both.
What's up, Lisa?
Oh,
thanks for coming in. We got
don't forget
Mountain in here too.
Jeremy can remember specifically that hook. We used it a bunch before. That wasn't the first fish that hook caught.
Oh,
also,
Lord.
I threw that hook back in the water and kept using it. It wasn't dull. It wasn't bent. It was fine.
Yeah. That same bumping rig had been on that rod. What? I don't know, 4 or 5 bumping trips. I always inspect all my rigs. I inspect my hooks. You know, any little nick, I'll change it out. Or, the rig was still good to go. So I said, hey, let it roll. I was confident in it. I wasn't scared of it.
Sadly, that rig is now at the bottom of the hydro. I broke it off on the next run.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you broke it off towards the end of the day. Well, of course, look, when you're bumping and that stuff, if you only lose one rig, you did really good.
Yeah,
I mean, you're gonna lose some stuff. That's just how it is. I don't care how good you are, you're gonna lose some stuff.
And it was very hard to break because it ended up being the braid that broke, and it was very hard to break it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget Parker caught that big sturgeon too.
Oh, that's right. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot about that sturgeon. It'll catch sharks too. Heck, we caught some sharks earlier this year.
Redfish.
Yesterday, me and James caught, between me, James, and his wife, mostly his wife, we caught 3 bull reds, 5 or 6 sharks, a few black drum. Just ate a eater red a few minutes ago, and it was great. And all of that was on German alloy hooks.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, Iconic caught a stingray on it.
Man, I caught a 15-pound carp on an 8-aught, the inline 8-aught.
Yeah. Yep.
How did carp even eat that?
Man, you got me. I threw some mussels on there, casted it out. That was the first trip of the season we went for catfish, and I catch a carp on an 8-aught hook.
Yep.
Yeah, and Iconic caught that. It was like a good 6-foot bull shark too. He caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gar.
Somebody's caught a gar.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat's son caught a stingray off of it.
His son caught it. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Those hooks will catch. They even catch your fingers through the package if you're not careful. They're so sharp. Yeah. The package is not safe.
No.
Yep.
No, that's why it's got that road on the package.
Oh, I get myself every time with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, somebody by the name of 922 wanted to get on me and say, why you didn't put it on the package that the hooks were sharp, and then he realized it's wrote on the package. He said, my bad.
It's on there.
He was biting my hand. He wanted to be on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Patrick talking about the creature leaders. I mean, basically, especially all the big fish we've caught all year were caught on the creature leaders because Patrick makes the creature leaders identical to the way that I make them for myself. So essentially, that's what's catching them.
Plus, I think at some point, creature leaders will have Creole bumping rigs or whatever you're going to call them, but they'll be kind of added to the lineup eventually.
Yeah, we had discussed them at one time. I don't know when they'll be actually available, but me and Patrick got together on them and explained to him how I make them, which it ain't very much different than the standard Creole rig, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, that's true. That guard that beat the hell out of Danny that day.
Oh yeah.
That was on a crimson red.
Yeah, because that's the one that he passed through the top of his beak.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
John, I'll ask you live. What's the update on the Crimson Reds? I actually haven't asked you in quite a while on those.
Very carefully.
It'll be
Look, man, I got too many people on my ass about that red hook, so I got to be real careful about that hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, I heard John say he was taking the red, completely redesigning it.
Oh God, don't say that.
Hey, don't start that. Don't start that.
Woo.
Don't start that.
No,
Danny,
we're not changing the design.
Look, that's a very touchy subject when it comes to that red hook.
Yep.
You'd have pitchforks at your door over that hook.
In fact, that red hook, hook getting not say redesigned, but made into German steel. That red hook is the reason that the hook I designed ain't here yet. Is because we put it off because of the red hook.
You see that? Danny say bullshit.
Yeah.
Parker right
there
under him.
There you go, Parker.
See, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're. And, it's funny. Right about the time that discussions started about possibly phasing out the crimson red hook, Danny caught a really big fish and Jerry caught a really big fish, like within a couple of days of each other. Like, well, there goes that idea. Like, yep, no getting rid of it now.
Danny caught his March 2nd at about 4:30.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we are not changing the design, not even 1%. It's just going to be made of the German material. That's all. That's the only thing we're doing.
Hey, Parker, I like my taters, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Right.
These taters.
I agree with you, 922. His blood pressure just shot through the roof.
I guarantee it did. I guarantee he stood up. What?
I'm waiting on the messages to come through.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say what he would be saying either.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got my phone on Do Not Disturb. They ain't no telling what kind of messages is trying to come through that I can't hear.
Remember, I put the link in the group. He just might pop up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Tell you what, Patrick sent us something.
If we'd have kept that conversation going for about 2 more minutes, I think you would have seen him.
Yeah.
Pat might have sent you a picture, James.
And if you've never dealt with alligator gar,
oh man,
there's probably 3/8 of an inch of bone in that spot.
That's a very thick chunk of bone right there.
I've hit that spot with machetes at full force and not broken that spot.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Holy cow.
That's one of the worst places to try to get a hook through.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, actually, if I remember right, the wire diameter is going to be so close to the same thing that you won't be able to physically see the difference. You'd have to measure it with a micrometer, but it's actually like a few thousandths thinner, but visually you won't be able to tell the difference. It's definitely not thicker.
Well, that's a good picture right there.
Jesus.
Oh, that is a German? Or is that an OG?
I think that's an OG, actually.
It is. Yeah, that's an OG.
I think, that's an OG. That was pre-German, I think.
Yeah.
I still have a few of those.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the OGs were some good hooks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There were some good hooks, but why stick with good?
Right.
Yep.
Well, with the German designs, we gained a much more durable hook point.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
more durable.
Fact. Hang on, Tank. I think I got. Let me see something here.
Are you looking for this picture? This is a very good picture.
I don't know if you got the one I'm talking about. No, I ain't.
Well, you know he's got to throw that picture out there.
I had that tab pre-pulled before the show.
I don't blame him a bit either.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, that fish, you know it's a big fish when it looks big when Tank's holding it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If it looks big with him holding it, you know it's gotta be big.
Okay. Like if you think this mouth's not that big because my hand's almost half the mouth, I have a glove on and I can almost, if my hands are dry, just about palm a NBA basketball.
Jeez.
Well, you can hide a 12-ounce can in your hand.
Oh, yeah, I can hide a 12-ounce can for sure.
We did that on the live stream.
You had a 7,000 in your hand, so I mean,
yeah.
That's why, like, when
that's my favorite picture,
and that goes for anybody. That's why when people post pictures of fish on the internet and they say how much they weigh, I have a hard time arguing with anybody about the size that they say it is, because the size of the person and even the way they take the picture, that skews that visual a lot. It really does. So yeah. I have a hard time jumping on a bandwagon and arguing with anybody about fish weights.
Right.
Because anybody can take a look at that picture quickly and say, oh, well, no, there's no way that fish isn't over 70. Before you realize it's Sasquatch holding it.
Yeah.
And somebody said it on Stan's show the other night. Not everybody picks up 100-pounder by themselves either. Like you can't assume because of who's grabbing it.
That's right.
You probably shouldn't have done it by yourself, but you did it anyway.
If it wouldn't have been for adrenaline and not caring, I wouldn't have done it.
That's why
I almost re-hurt my back doing it.
That's why when Jerry caught his 106 plus, which I'll say all day long was 110, 112. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
When he picked up that fish by himself and he strained that much, I knew in that moment, I said, that fish is triple digit, because I've seen Jerry sling up 70s and 80s like it's nothing. For him to strain that much picking up that fish, I had zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Like, if you want a size reference, you can see my palm clearly in this. My palm is about as wide as like a full 12-ounce Dr. Pepper can is tall. Maybe slightly more. My wrist and forearm is about the size of a red Solo cup at the small end.
Exactly.
I did that the other day because somebody was asking me for a size reference because they had never met me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to judge that if you don't know. That's why most people don't realize how big my boat actually is. Could you always see our two big asses standing in the back of it? It looks like a 17-foot boat, but it's not.
And if you look,
a big boat.
Andrew,
show that. Okay.
Jared just sent me that.
Okay, let me stop this. Pull up.
I got one in here. I just got to find it.
Yeah. Andrew, and Andrew definitely did not need to be a proctologist. Let me tell you, that'd have been.
Oh.
Man, don't be. That's bad memories.
Whew, Lord, I heard.
That right through the bottom lip. That's hard. That's hard to do too.
That's the.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep, that is through the tooth patch. Jesus.
Yep. It wasn't coming out.
No.
What's up, Wabash Nate?
Jeremy always tells people about when we first started filming. He was doing lives, and I would palm like a 10-pound catfish, and I was like, that ain't 10 pounds. He's holding it with one hand.
Yeah, you don't realize. You don't know. Oh, for a while, I had actually banned Andrew from holding fish for pictures Because I said, dude, you make them look too small. You killing me. For a long time, I had 2 pictures in my phone because we had gone bumping one day. This was years ago. And we had both caught a 52-pound blue, separately, but the same day, both caught 52s that could have passed for twins. But him holding his 52 made it look like a 30. You'd have never said that the fish he was holding was also 52 pounds.
Yeah.
I kept those pictures in my phone forever.
I never realized how much like taller and bigger I was than him until we started taking fish pictures.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
Now where the hell?
I remember when I first met you, it was down there in Vicksburg.
Mm-hmm. And I remember the first 2 words that came out of your mouth whenever you seen him too. Lance looked at him and didn't even say hi. He did, holy shit.
Yeah.
Was it at Creech's house?
That was at the rent house.
Oh, it was at the rent house.
That was at the Airbnb. I'll never forget that.
Hey, holy shit.
I shook Lance's hand. I moved to the side. Lance looked up at him. He did, holy shit, just like that.
When I seen him for the first time, I said, what the hell? Come on, damn it. I know.
Yeah, because that's what I told you. He had to duck to walk in your front door.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Something else we don't talk about much, but like how good the German hooks are is one thing. Just the old the luminous 3-ways and swivels you use from River Cats, they never rust.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't. Because I sent John a picture of an old rig that had been on a rod, for 8 months. I sent him that picture to finally show that a German alloy was starting to pit just a little bit after being in the weather for 8 months. But what I didn't notice at first was the luminous 3-way on that rig. You could have put it back in a package and never known the difference. It was still just as, didn't have a single mark, no pitting, no nothing.
Yeah, it's sad and cool at the same time. We've always said we've never cut a German hook off of a rig because like it wasn't fishable that much anymore. It's finally happened once.
Once.
It was an 8-month-old hook that's probably caught 400 or 500 pounds of fish.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, who knows? And I know for a fact it's the same rig because I had bought these weird looking rattles from Carolina Lake Weights, just to try them out. And I only ever tied one rig with that rattle on it. So I know it's the same rig. It has to be, Let
me show that recent picture, John.
Oh, yeah.
You see what David Smith said, Andrew?
I'm not keeping up with Chad.
Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Ouch.
Hey, David, go back in that video. You notice I didn't show anything from the waist down once I picked the fish up. It was actually mostly because my shorts looked really ugly, so I edited it out.
Well, I think Andrew P. as he picked that fish up was the least of my concerns. I was worried about him code browning.
I actually peed on Jeremy's leg when I hugged him.
I'm glad he brought that up because I was sure about to ask him about a wet spot.
Yeah, because when he had him about halfway up, I realized, I don't know if he knows what he just got himself into.
Yeah,
but it was too late for me to go help him. I said,
it started to hit me. That's when I was like, no, I ain't putting this fish back down.
Yeah.
What hook is this?
That's
Which
a German.
one of the hooks is that? That's
Cody looks like a German.
Looks like a German.
That is a German.
That's that the 8-aught German?
No, that's a 10-aught German straight through the roof, the tooth pad.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a tiny catfish either.
No.
No.
15 or something from the mouth.
At least.
Yeah, because the mouth looks hand sized.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Do you have a picture of the one retired German?
I don't have it where I can pull it up on my computer. You'd have to pull it up like in Messenger or something like that.
And you text it to me in Messenger.
Did you send it to me, Jeremy? I think you did.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
You just got to text it to me in Messenger.
In fact, I think I'd sent it to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me see here. I think I still have it.
Hey, we're up to 18 watching. We must have a few new people in.
I'm sending it to him.
Okay. I definitely don't want to send you that picture.
Oh, yeah, that's the rig because that's that Carolina Lake weight thing.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like those rattles.
They make some noise. I'll tell you that.
Like
and they well, for better or worse, they put a lot of drag on a rig. If you're trying to bump in like really slow current, they actually might help you out a little bit. But but that's the rig right there. That rig. In fact, I went back and looked. Andrew, remember the gas station fishing trip?
No.
That was the first appearance of that rig right there.
Well, I can tell you when that was.
That's how old that rig is. That's one of the first videos that you ever edited for me was that one.
That was 7 or 8 months.
It's been a long time. In fact, that's when we first met Evie, and her husband bought that black 7000 off of me. That was the same day.
Wow, that was like March.
That's that.
I tied
that rig.
Slicker at that time.
I tied that rig that weekend. That's how old that rig is.
That's the same one Laura was using when she got hers.
That's the same rig. Yep. That because we were catching all the blues on that rig, and we caught all the yellow cat on the Creole rig on those contender rods.
Yep.
Is that the first video we published, or is that one of the unpublished ones?
That's one of the unpublished ones. That one never got released.
Danny says he's giving fish brain damage with that hook coming through the skull between the eyes.
Yeah. Earlier, Jerry was saying once the water hits 50 degrees below, it'll be nothing but the crimson red.
He switches over. Yep.
Okay, Jeremy, the day I uploaded it to YouTube was May 9th of 24 is the gas station fish episode that's not published.
Was May 9th, and shoot out, and you can add another week or two for the rig. I guarantee you that. So yeah, late April, early May, and here we are in November.
Hey V.
Yeah. I mean, compare that to. Oh, look, that's a good view. I'm not gonna say who. I don't do that public. But other hooks we have cut off because they were damaged mid fishing trip multiple times.
After a full day of fishing, when I go back through all the rigs, I basically throw everything in the trash can. Yeah, that's most of the hooks I've used. That's kind of been the thing is after a really good fishing trip, they were done.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't worth leaving on a rig to go out again.
Right.
Because I'm very, very particular about this stuff, and for good reason. I mean, you just like you say, you never know.
JG.
JG.
Come on, JG.
Glad to see you in here.
Yeah, I don't play around with hooks and rigging. If I'm going fishing, I'm always ready for a monster. I don't care what's going on. I don't take any chances.
We got to the point, and it wasn't just a few months ago we were bumping, and I had a not German alloy on there. Jeremy remembers the one or two other hooks I was using. I said, it's a hook. It'll be fine. I could feel it. When the fish grabbed it, I felt myself pull it out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And I sat down, I cut the hook off, and I said, well, not advertisement, dead serious. I said, I'm never not using a German alloy again. Yeah, that was it. And it felt like a good fish. Jeremy watched the rod bend, and I cut that out because I don't do that to people.
Right. I don't call nobody out like that.
I could have recognized the hook and stuff. I think but I said, Jeremy, watch me. I sat down, I cut it off, and I retied a new German. I said that was it. Yeah, that was officially the last time I used another brand hook.
Yeah, I've probably, if I had to pick one reason that, let's say, I've rejected hooks for whatever reason, it's been bent tips. That's probably my number one thing that I find with any new hooks or hooks I've used or anything like that. I've probably thrown more hooks in the garbage because of bent tips than anything else. Now, just being dull is probably a close second. I've hardly ever bent hooks. Very, very rarely do I straight up just bend a hook. That's not to say I've never done it, but not often. But I mean, bent tips, man, that's been a pet peeve of mine for a long time. I've gotten hooks of other brands that out of a 10 hook pack, 3 of them were bent in the pack that I couldn't even use them, you know?
Yeah.
I just
like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I first started salmon fishing, I bought a pack of 100 hooks off Amazon. I mean, I've used that brand of hooks forever, but I went through that pack and maybe half of them weren't good because the tips was rolled.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't change a hook at all unless it breaks off.
Yeah, that's
now
I can do that.
Yeah, well,
I keep checking the hooks. I've even taken perfectly good hooks that I've gone fishing with and put new leader on them. You know, new snell, new piece of leader, but with the same hook because I had no reason to get rid of it. It still
right.
And before John made his own hook, the company he was using was probably the top brand out there anyway at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even on the originals, man, I went. People don't realize it, man. To get and find a good hook, you wouldn't believe how much money you got to waste to get a good hook.
I didn't know until the last year because it's been about a year that I've met John and everybody. I think now it's somewhere in this time frame.
All right, yeah.
And that's when I started realizing because I used to use whatever from Walmart and stuff. Well, poor college kid and stuff too. And I never thought it made that much of a difference. And then once I got good hooks in my hand, I started experimenting with a bunch of different brands and all. And I realized, and it's not just, we're not saying like you're wasting money because you have to cut them off and change them. The number of fish me and Jeremy have caught, and especially bumping sometimes, we catch one good, especially 50s and 60s. They hang out in groups. You catch one. Notice on the big fish, Jeremy doesn't take his rod out the water until the last second because we will often double up and catch fish right next to each other of similar size. So if you have to catch one fish, stop and retie your hook because the hook bent, you might have missed fish because you were sitting in your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of comes from a almost like a tournament style of fishing. You don't want to take bait out of the water unless you absolutely have to, you know, and just like you said, we've had it happen so many times. You hook a fish, it's very rare that fish is alone. There's another one right there. So we'll try to keep that other bumping rod in the water for as long as we can, unless we just absolutely have to.
Right. What's up, retired Rick?
And stand
Parker,
3.
Parker said he's got all kinds of damaged hooks up in the gunnel of his boat.
I've got scars in my gunnel from German hooks.
Yeah, I was there that day.
Yeah, John heard it from the bank.
I was like, "Ow!"
Isn't that the hook you just cut off? Like, that's the same hook? I thought.
That looks like Patrick's hand.
No, not the picture. I'm talking about the one you got caught in the gunnel was the hook that you cut off recently after.
No, the one I got caught in the gunnel was the same one Laura caught her PB Yellowcat on.
Oh, yeah. No, this picture is Patrick showing, I think he said a crimson red.
Yeah.
That all the red's gone, but the hook is still sharp and strong and he's still using it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the anodizing comes off. I mean, that's, it's pretty typical.
Yeah.
But it's still
if you're using it
you can tell it's still pointed. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
The poor snell looks black.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, some of that is saltwater usage too.
Yeah.
That brings in a whole different element to it.
A good bit of that saltwater usage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to get good hooks. You just got to pay for them. That's all.
Yeah. And I've, over the years, I've used, it'd be much easier to tell you the major brands of hook that I've never used before, because that's a very short list.
Yeah.
Like off the top of my head, for whatever reason, I've never used a whisker seeker hook.
Nope.
I never had my hands on one. I can't tell you why. I just never did. But that's probably one of the few that I've just never used. Other than that, I've tried them all at one time or another, over the past 5-6 years.
Still has them in boxes.
Yeah. In fact, well, they're probably at Dad's, because as I don't use them anymore, I either give them to Dad or give them to a buddy or something like that.
Yeah.
And as far as price of the hooks, the quality of the steel, where it comes from, how it's made. If John right here was a greedy person, he could charge double for those hooks, and they'd be well worth it.
Oh man. Yep. I mean, there's hook companies out there charging what, 20-something bucks for 5-pack.
And metal quality, that's what these, if they were a major company's hook, they would be that much for the metal that he's used. But that's to John's credit. He'll never say it, so I say it for him. He's not going to do that to people. He's making as little money as possible on them to put them in the hands of people.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it was River Cats was started for that one reason. I was tired of seeing shit hooks all over the market.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line of it. I mean, if you say making 62 cents off a pack of hooks after I ship them is making money, I don't know what is. It's just it's the fact of getting good hooks.
Nah, Stan, I think that Hundo hook went to the bottom of the river.
Yeah, that Hondo hook is stuck on a piece of revetment in about 60 feet of water. Yeah, we hung that rig up, I think, on the next bumping pass.
It was literally my next pass.
Yeah.
David, the German alloy, they just as sharp as the Crimson. Just as sharp.
I'd say they're sharper, but Daniel cut me for talking anything negative.
I tell you right now, and I'm not knocking the Crimson hook at all, but that German hook will stay sharper longer than that Crimson hook will.
Yeah,
I tell you right now, it will.
I've taken the German alloy hook, and Creel was on the phone with me when I done it.
I remember.
And I guarantee you, I bet you I stuck it through that piece of cardboard 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, the hook actually sharpened a little bit instead of dulling.
You did that one time with me on video call. He sat there just stabbing that thing through the cardboard.
I made Jeremy look. He looked like he was looking at something disgusting. I took a hook and raked it across a metal file.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And the face Jeremy made, and it dulled it to less than a German usually is, but we'd have definitely still fished with it.
Oh, yeah. Let me see something. And in fact, I'm all about getting bang for your buck, value for the dollar. John can tell you in the past year, or well, really since we've introduced the Germans, how many packs of hooks I've bought from him. I'm going to say I've bought a dozen packs from him since then. Only a dozen. Look, y'all see all the fish we catch. Y'all see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you I've got 25 or 30 hooks sitting in my box right now in my tackle bag. I don't go through hooks like I used to. I use that a third or quarter of the hooks that I'm used to using.
That one hook is the first hook in a year that he has cut off of a rod. Every other one
Patrick,
has been lost by hung up. That is the first hook ever for me and him.
Yep.
He's cut them off the line, but he'll switch. He's gone through more rods and reels, switching line and switching rods.
John. Didn't happen, Creel.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
You need full screen, John, when he starts that.
Yeah, you're fixing to repeat what I did in front of that guy in Vicksburg when I started almost tearing down our display booth with a German hook, taking chunks out of a 2x4.
Out the front of the display, not the back.
Well, you know,
those trunks are still there.
Oh, yeah,
Come see it at TChatCon. I'll show you the display. It's still shipped up.
And I didn't even check the hook. I just handed it back to the guy. I was like, here.
Can't tell like this.
If you'd have been with us in Memphis when I took the piece of wood that he normally uses for his trailer, and we stuck a hook about a good, quarter inch, 3/8 of an inch into it to where nobody could even pull it out.
Yeah.
We almost got it through a piece of 1/2-inch wood.
Yep. Mr. John Parker. Boy, we got a true professional catfisherman in the chat with us now, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing, Mr. Parker?
What's going on, Mr. John? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm all about is are you getting your money's worth? Because I'm a big believer now in if you can spend a little more, but it lasts a lot longer, then in the long run you're saving money. You know, that's about where I'm at these days, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so it's either worried about missing fish or worried about money.
It's funny how that picture just keeps coming up. You know, it just.
I love that. I love that Lance shows it every time. Every time I ask to share a screen, he'll just show it again.
It just pops in there. You know,
like never forget.
You know who Tanks reminded me of? Somebody that caught that 200+ pound sturgeon.
Oh, that a story that will live in infamy.
You know what kind of wood that is, right?
Oh yeah.
You do know. Everybody knows that's pine, right?
Yeah, that's good pine.
Good pine. German alloy.
We're about to
give him full screen, Lance.
Yeah. You might have to stand up so we can see it on the camera.
This is going to be worth it. Trust me.
Get this right.
The first time this has been done on a camera.
I think so. Oh,
don't hurt yourself.
Oh, I almost did. But you see that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
Yeah, but you can't do it just once. Come on now.
No, make sure leave the hook in frame so no one says you switched the hook out.
Yeah.
I still got it in my hand.
Right, Stan.
He's fixing to have it like in his hand, point first.
You're gonna cut yourself.
Look, I want to make sure everybody sees that point is down
right there.
That's the same hook as the first grab.
Anybody have urgent care on speed dial? Making sure.
He said, ow.
So you having fun?
Yeah.
He is having fun.
Now can you grab your skin with it to show sharpness?
That ain't happening.
Oh,
I ain't sticking it in my hand. You see the point?
Yeah.
I guarantee that hook is fishable.
Watch how easy.
Gold.
And you see how I'm holding the paper. Look how easy. And you see how I got the hook.
It just pokes right in there.
Goes right in there.
Are you going to put that hook back in the pack and sell it to somebody?
Blood, look. Hey, listen to this. Listen, just regular old pot. Listen to this hook, okay? This is another brand hook.
Yeah, I know what he's fixing to do.
Listen. You hear that? Now listen to this.
Yeah.
Big difference.
There's even more difference when you do that in person. The mic's not picking up everything.
Yeah.
But
Parker.
yeah, them they work.
And somebody asked me one day, well, why do you need to be able to do all that? Well, a piece of pine isn't far off of the strength of catfish bone.
Not really.
Catfish bone is extremely dense.
All right, look.
And besides, when you've got what you know is a really big fish on the line, that is the wrong time to question your hook.
You see how I got it, right?
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen this before.
Come see us at CatCon. We'll let you do it.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We do it all the time.
Yeah.
And look, you see what I've done right there?
Yeah. We are not scared to destroy stuff for the sake
you
of
wasted like $10 of wood.
That was done on the barb, and look.
Yep.
I bet you can make your finger bleed again.
No, I ain't doing it.
I bet you can't.
Yeah.
There's no way you can make yourself bleed with that hook, John. I bet you can't do it.
But I will sit here and just keep doing this, though.
Oh, that's just wood. I do that on a metal file and it don't dull it.
Yeah.
That wood ain't gonna touch that.
You know, we've been holding back on showing off our shit. Tonight's a good night.
What's up, John boys?
I prefer to do that on a gunnel of an aluminum boat. It's much more dramatic. Trust me.
Louder.
Oh, it's louder. Yeah, when somebody on the bank 150 feet away can hear it. Oh yeah.
Watch. It'll go right on in there.
How about you don't happen to have a Coke can on you? I don't know if that paper's impressive enough for people that want to deny you.
Somebody go bleed here shortly. I just got that feeling.
Was it iconic? There's somebody that opened a can of soup with one of those.
I think it was iconic.
Hang on.
Yeah, he opened a can of Campbell's soup.
I'll let that hook hang right there so people can stuff.
And I promise you, at CatCon, you're going to see us do all this same dumb stuff. This is
because it's hilarious. Hey, and we don't talk about this other brand blah. We don't do it.
I don't do that. No.
If you want to walk up to us, because I've done it with all kinds of other hooks. I'm just not going to tell you who, because I'm not talking bad about people.
Yeah.
If you walk up to us with another brand and be like, "Hey, let's try it," I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 922's buried some of the RCT hooks in his hand.
Hey, look. See a cocaine?
And Stan, that's actually exactly why we demonstrate some of this stuff, because you think it's not real world, but like you just put in your comment, it is. If you're dragging and you hang a branch or something and rip the rig out, you ain't got to worry about it.
Like where me and Jeremy fish in matted revetment, there's concrete down there. We hook it all the time. It matters.
Yeah.
He just slicing away on the can.
Yeah, digging into a Coke can. And that's not even like the cheap Walmart Coke. That's the brand name stuff.
Right?
Yeah. What's happening, Creech?
I'm making a freaking mess, man.
What's up, Creech?
Yeah. I think we get it, John, before you hurt yourself. Because we can do this, because we've done it before. We can do this all night. Just destroy stuff.
Hey, look where I'm at.
To the top.
John's going to need a tetanus shot here in a second.
You didn't even put pressure on it. Right, and that's the same hook you just passed through a board.
Yeah, that's the same hook I've been digging with all evening.
Danny got the right idea.
All right. That would be fun to watch.
We'll do that at CatCon, Danny.
Yeah, that's what we'll make a bet. If we sell a certain amount of product at CatCon, we'll get John to do that to a full can of Coke.
Yeah, have
right. We've done so much worse to hooks than what you've done there. Oh, God, yeah. That was nothing. I'd still put that on a line, no problem. I wouldn't. That's nothing.
Same hook.
And notice none of us are trying to talk him out of it either, because we've it's not the first time we've done this.
No,
I've done
it's
so
almost
much worse.
boring at this point.
Hey man, look, it's like this. We've done this in our own little ways here and there. We've never done it in the public, not really. So I figured it was time to let's just show this bastard off. You know?
Yeah. Yep. And look, it's the same thing with the rods we sell. You know, Andrew and I had people scared in Vicksburg because I'm holding the rod and he's pulling, and we're both yanking on this thing with everything we've got, and people are backing up like they're really scared. We're fixing to shatter these rods, and we ain't scared.
You should have seen Spiron in Memphis.
Oh Lord,
and me and you beat. It's not to show off. It's to show that when you buy a product from River Cats Tackle, it's not going to just fail you.
I say no. This is a
confidence.
This is another competitor's hook. But I just dug it in the board one time, and if you look at that point, that tip. If you look really, it
got a little, look at that, got a little roll in
up. Yeah, it's bent up.
You can see it.
See it?
Can you do the piece of paper with it?
It ain't going through.
If you go up the direction that it's bent,
you have to force it. Yeah, see, it's not.
Go the other direction the way it's bent.
Because I had to come this way.
Yeah.
And try to catch it. See?
But that's not hooking a fish anymore.
No.
Yeah, no.
You ain't gonna hook a fish like that.
Then I'd have to try to drag it.
Yeah.
That way to get it to start in.
Or like what a lot of people do, you know, like what I used to do with old hooks. You carry a little rat tail file and you file that little burr off when you get it back right. But once you do that, now you've compromised that hook.
You kill the hook.
Do it. Yep.
We have seen.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Me and Jeremy have seen a noticeable, easily measurable difference in hookup ratios. Fish, once the fish is on the hook, like you feel him, you'll see us even with that 100. Watch the video. I didn't cut it short. We're just casually talking like, oh, he's not coming off. We have all the confidence that the fish is not coming off once he's hooked.
Yep.
We have zero, like we weren't rushing. We were fine. He was still trying to film filming while netting the thing. Our first 100-pound fish, no stress, because we know the hook is good.
It's honestly getting to the point, and it's kind of a bad habit to be honest with you, but it's getting to the point where I don't even bother checking the hook between fish anymore. You know, it's a bad habit to be honest with you, but it's like I don't ever have to worry about it.
I give it a check because going through a shad head is kind of hard because they're a little thick. So as I do that, I can tell like, is it dulled or something?
A mullet head.
Get a look at it. Yeah. Oh God, a mullet head. Yeah.
A mullet head is tough.
Well, Creech, I'm not gonna disclose on which brand that is.
Nah.
I ain't gonna do that out of respect. But I will tell you personally.
Yeah, no, that's kind of company policy. We do not down other brands. That's not the way we roll.
It's just that I wanted to show everybody the difference in that German and what's on the market.
Right. Yeah.
That's all. Look, we've been running these hooks for 8, 9 months now? 8 months? 7, 8 months?
It's knocking on a year.
It's getting close.
It's getting close to a year now.
And just wanted to one time just get in here and show off.
Yep.
You know? And that was the purpose of doing what we did.
Anybody can get out there with any product, I don't care what it is, and say all day long that it's the best on the market. Anybody can say that. Anybody can say whatever they want.
Yep.
Take your favorite hook and do what John just did to it. And if it survives like that hook did, I want to know about it.
We all do it all the time. If you see us in public and we have a rod on us, I did it a couple times yesterday with James. I will let you hang. I will hang off of our personal rods that we bought.
Oh, yeah. You see these two hooks? Which one is the one I just tore all this wood up and Coke cans and everything else with?
I know which one it is.
Huh? I bet you won't figure out which one it is.
No, he took the other German out the pack.
Yeah, you're comparing it to one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
I mean,
you can't physically tell which one it is. Right.
No.
Yeah.
Don's about to sell that hook to somebody and put it back in the pack. They wouldn't know the difference.
He's going to go fishing with it.
Yeah, it's probably his pack.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I said, it's not a bragging point. We're just trying to tell people that the RCT stuff is not the most expensive on the market, but it is the best on the market.
It is a damn good product.
And everybody on the panel and every single pro staffer in the chat will say in the chat that same thing. You're not beating the RCT stuff.
Yep.
Especially not for the price.
And the best part of the whole thing is you are never, ever going to find that exact hook in any brand, in any catalog, anywhere on the planet, because that was designed on a piece of paper by our pro staff.
Yep.
By each and every one of y'all. Yep. Each and every one of y'all had a part in that hook.
I didn't have a part in designing it.
If you sit there and you look at that hook, one or the other is going to say, "Oh, I know where this come from."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every little design aspect of the hook came from one of the pro staff.
Yeah. That's like the angle of that tip. Y'all know what that was. The main one was with that one. Y'all know who wanted that.
Yep.
You know, and why not use guys that fish all the time to design a hook? Who knows what they need best?
That's right.
You know?
Ooh, just wait till the new ones come out. You think them Germans or something. Just wait. Just wait.
Right, Jeremy comes on the panel.
Don't start me on. Hey, don't start me on.
I'm just saying.
Don't start me on.
Next, he's going to start spilling the beans about the new bumping rod Ancient Mariner has. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
what the hell, Tank?
You just did.
You just spilled the beans on that bumping rod.
He did that on purpose.
Oops.
You big head.
Oops.
Which is another. Which keep in mind that little slip is something else that we have been working very closely on, and a lot of the pro staffers have had input on this.
Yep.
That one. Oh yeah. I'm
going to be.
Yeah.
It's public info that it's a thing, but zero details about it are public.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing there started as a challenge from me to Spyron. That's how that started.
And Spyron took it personally.
Oh, he took it very personally.
This is
very personally.
This will be high quality.
Oh yeah.
A material that most people aren't willing to use because of material costs.
Yeah.
The design, everything is just the highest.
Yeah.
But it's going to come at you at a pretty darn reason. For what it is, the price that it will be at is going to be
for
crazy.
What it is. Right.
But
this is not going to be $100 rod. I can tell you that.
It's going to be more than 100.
Oh yeah.
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 But not as much more as you think.
Hey, it ain't going to be as much as that custom one I got.
Nope, it will be.
I can tell you that.
No.
Look, I'll say it this way. That custom rod, I ain't gonna say a brand, but I think everybody knows. That's an amazing rod.
Everybody knows.
But I'm not gonna lie. Byron held that in his hand and said, "I can beat it."
I mean, look, if you're gonna compare yourself to any rod on this planet, as far as bumping rods go, the Black Horse Customs rod is, to me, that is the bar. That's it. There is no better bumping rod on the face of this planet than a Black Horse Custom.
That is an incredible rod.
And that was the challenge. I showed him that rod. I said, "Here, you think you can beat that? Then you're doing something." And well, he took it personally, very, very personally. So I'm excited.
Not everybody knows details, but the few people that know the details on it, I think he might have won the bet.
Oh man,
it's going to be there.
I may have to go on this one. I ain't gonna lie.
Is anybody familiar with wrestling in a no holds barred match? That's sparring when you challenge him to make a rod.
Yeah, but probably is going to end up somewhere around 45 days.
About right.
Yeah, they're quote unquote in production.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on the other one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, but there's nothing public on that one.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that yet.
No,
we're not talking about that yet.
That one.
Only
the splash
one,
that one's going to make is not measurable.
Only one Easter egg per show. Okay, only one.
We just picked one Easter egg out of a basket full that we have.
Yeah.
If y'all had any idea.
Yeah.
You ever notice when we say that we all just stop for a second, like don't say it, don't say it,
don't say it, don't. Because we all know exactly what's
happening, what's coming.
Yeah. No, in fact, the problem is we don't know because there's so many products. We're all thinking.
Yeah, you have to go through the list. Like, wait, which one are you talking about? Oh yeah,
this one. Yeah, buddy. But that's the point of it, man. You always got to keep
one that we can talk about a little bit because it's actually on the market now. It's for sale. Is the new Ocean Tycoons?
Yep.
Oh man,
we can talk about those because they're actually.
Wait, do you two? Crap, we should have done that earlier. You two have one in your hand? Show real quick.
I've got one in the next room right here.
One of you can grab one first.
Hang on, give me just a second. I'll go grab it.
That's a beat. While he's going, I'll mention. Tuesday night at 7 Central, me and Jeremy, if he's not working, will be on Roger's show on Muskrat Adventures as well. We're going to talk about the fish, and on that show, we're going to talk more about techniques that we used, like bait, bumping technique, stuff like that. This show is for the terminal tackle and the things we use.
Yeah.
So if you want to know so now you know what gear we have. If you want to know how we caught it, technique-wise, come check us out on Muskrat Adventures Tuesday.
7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes, and we'll talk. I'll give you a tip. Jeremy is coining the term precision bumping on that show.
I am. And actually, I was going to save that and reveal that Tuesday night, so thanks for that.
Easter eggs.
Thanks for that one. That's not an Easter egg. That's just letting the cat out of the bag. Big difference.
Show the inside of the box too, because I love how they come in the box.
Well, it's a good, it's like a foam, foam cutout box. It's not just sitting in there in plastic. It's
with the full breakdown of parts.
Of course, you got a diagram in there. But here she is, brand new, designed from scratch, low profile. Ocean Tycoon.
That's the 400, ain't it?
That's
this is the 400 size, and you can tell here of how wide that spool is. I mean, like I said, I've got 2 fingers,
and Jeremy's fingers are bigger than an average person too. Not quite.
I mean that's a size 12 wedding ring to show you how big my fingers are.
Yeah,
but this is the 400 size Tycoon right here. Nice power handle, and trimmed in whatever color.
Carbon fiber on that knob for lightness.
Yes, but what you're looking at here is an all aluminum CNC frame with the composite side plates, and you got the carbon in the handle. Like I said, to reduce the weight. This is a nice reel. The part I like the best is this.
And he solved one problem.
What's that?
Everybody's going to use braid on it, and we know this.
Oh yeah, I can actually show that on camera. See that little knob right there?
On there, like
spin the handle where it's like on top where you can see the angle.
And that spool is grooved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see, let me move it to where maybe
that is a true braid ready spool. Yeah. No backing and nothing.
There you go. There's the little knob right there. You can see it good.
Yep.
But that spool has the horizontal grooves in it. It is designed for braid. No more electrical tape. No more backing with mono. Nothing like that.
You made a good side profile on it.
Here's the part that I like the best. This is maybe a little minor for most people, but it's just me because I'm OCD about certain things. But every adjustment knob, if y'all can hear this, hear the click.
Yeah, I hear it good.
Mm-hmm.
Every adjustment knob has a clicker in it. And I don't know, I love that feature. Absolutely love that feature.
When you touch that reel, it feels quality. Like you feel like you're touching money.
How much does it weigh?
4 or 5 ounces?
11 ounces.
No, 11 ounces was with the Evil Eye on it.
Yeah, but the Evil Eye is a different breed.
Oh, this thing don't weigh no 11 ounces. There ain't no way.
What was it? What did it weigh?
I mean,
the reel.
It feels like 5 or 6 to me in the hands, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure it was 11 ounces.
Nah, there's no way this thing weighs 11 ounces. It ain't
James said 11 ounces.
James says 11 ounces.
If James says 11 confidently, then I'll go at 11.
Yeah, okay.
He knows the numbers.
I even like that he put, and like I said, little minor details. You look on the thumb bar, look at this little rubber pad that he put on there, just to keep your thumb from slipping off this thing. Little details like that. Your two-piece reel foot, that's all aluminum. That's not composite or plastic. That is aluminum on this reel foot.
Work the bail with the thumb bar and the handle.
Where's the what?
Work the bail.
Oh. Man.
Let's see.
As smooth as can be. You can't even hear it. I mean, look, I'll put this reel right next to this big microphone.
I
mean, you can't hear it.
It's 11.2 ounces.
Okay.
Hey, it's 11.2 ounces, fully spooled. With 65-pound braid.
Okay. Now, how much 65-pound braid do you have on that reel?
I ain't gonna pull it out and measure it.
I mean, roundabout.
Well,
let me put it to you this way. Actually, it's not completely full because I'm not a braid guy. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
But I got 3/4 of a spool, 7/6 carvel rod, 5 ounces of weight. I throwed 270 something feet, and still had over 1/4 of the spool left.
Yep.
You threw 270 yards. We'd be
no, feet. 270 feet.
Yeah.
Marker said he's gonna have to pick one of those up for his bumping rig.
Yeah,
Jerry,
call John when the show ends. Them things up.
Yeah,
there is a second wave of them coming.
Yeah.
Jerry, if you're looking to get into maybe a different bumping rod, might want to hold off just a bit for when this new one comes out. You gotta trust me on that one. Might want to hold up. It might be worth your time.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. We'd be here 6 hours describing what's coming.
Yep.
Easily.
I ain't saying nothing.
Now, keep in mind this, all the stuff we discuss, heck, sometimes every day amongst phone calls and things, all this stuff is going to be spread out over the course, let's say from now until May of next year? May, June of next year, something like that.
Well, there's the biggest one we can't talk about. That'll take a little longer.
Well,
right.
Everything else will be like in the spring, by the spring.
Yeah.
You got
CatCon, you'll be able to see most of it.
3 of them for sure should be here by Christmas.
Yeah.
3 of them for sure.
Yeah. This is all happening over the course of time.
And this is not counting, because that's not even a secret, just adding like heavy versions of rods we already have, 10-foot versions of rods we already have, spinning versions. Like the Carvel's going to have a bunch of new versions to it. That's not a big announcement.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to see a
heavy
big,
but not compared to this other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's no secret to anybody.
David, you'd be man. Look, like I'm telling you, we'd be here several hours if we let go of what's in these heads.
Ooh,
that's
Lord.
for sure.
We usually forget, and somebody else goes, "Oh yeah, that thing."
Yeah, that one. You remember
Could
that
we
one?
all, we all have a couple of like little pet projects that we tend to get locked on ourselves, and then we forget about the others. I know I'm definitely like that. I got a couple of pet projects of mine that's all I think about, and I just tend to block out everything else.
The bumping rod was one of yours.
Yeah.
You asked me like twice a week. You're like, "So what's the update?"
Yeah. Yeah. That was the bumping rod was kind of my baby. There's
You can't talk about the other ones that are your baby.
No, I can't. I can't talk about the two other things that were my baby. I can't talk about those yet.
You know what we really can't talk about yet is Michael Creech's baby. We don't talk about that much.
That's a whole other thing.
Oh, that's going to be a beast in itself.
Yeah, that's a whole other. Thing. I tend to forget about that.
That's Easter egg so deep and secretive.
Oh,
John's already halfway through my house to hit me for it.
Man, look, there's so much inside that shell. It's unreal.
Michael Creech has a baby. It has a name, and that's about it. That's all I'm going to say. Nope.
Yeah, your mind is twisted. Yeah, Bobby, your mind is twisting on some products.
Oh yeah.
Don't blow all your money over Christmas, because
you might want to.
We're gonna have a few products by Christmas, and then after Christmas, there's gonna be some more.
Yeah.
And then by 4th of July, we'll have some more, and we'll probably come up with more ideas by then for even more.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make a prediction that come. Let's see how I can word this to not let anything out the bag, but I think when I fish Megabucks in Vicksburg next year, which is end of July, I very well could be 100% fishing with products that nobody knows about right now.
Okay. I was waiting to see how you worded it, but that was
I gotta watch how I word that.
I was getting
well, I mean, there is gonna be some improvements made on some products also.
Oh
that
yeah.
Too.
R&D on there's an improvement happening as of last night on the Carnivals. But Jeremy, I didn't tell you, like, he's already in it. He's made phone calls and things are getting improved.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
there's gonna be
about that one.
There's also improvements being made on the 6,000 albatross.
Is that the one me and you talked about last night, or that's a different one? Remember, me and him talked about a possible improvement to the 6,000 albatross. I don't know if that's the same one.
I haven't talked to anybody about that.
Oh, so that's a whole different one. Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Jeremy, did I send you the picture of it?
Obviously not.
Oh,
like it says it, and I can't even ask which.
You hadn't sent me no pictures in a week because you thought I was blind.
Well, I mean, when a man's eyeball's bad, you gotta.
Oh, I still got another one.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
How did they say that in 300? The good Lord saw fit to bless me with a spare.
And you know, some of the products that Spyron and Ancient Mariner's coming out with,
since
I see catfish and crappie, some of that has to do with crappie.
Oh, we got that coming.
Which is some of my personal favorite things coming out that Jeremy doesn't care about.
By the way, Mark, now that you're in chat, you need to message me your address. I need to send you some stuff. I need your address pronto.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he'll do that.
Yeah, definitely need your address.
Thought y'all have sent each other stuff before.
Dude, I'd have to go so far back in those messages. Oh. Who knows? I'm not as organized as most people that have like a list of everybody's addresses. Man,
the
next week I'll forget about that. But I do have a big, in fact, I think it's that cardboard box behind me. I have a box full of just like letters and stickers that people have sent me, like from other YouTube channels. They're still in the envelopes.
Ooh, Jeremy, did you want to?
On my desk in this drawer, I got a bunch of envelopes with stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
How can I ask you? The show's probably should have ended by now. Jeremy, did you want to on this show say about your possible business decision?
With that. Well, I mean, by now, I don't think it's that much of a secret. I don't think so, but
not really. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about
it. My goal is for the first of the year, maybe a little after, having my captain's license and start offering guide trips. We're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on that. I'm basically tired of telling people no. Hey. I've been asked on a lot of occasions if I offer it, and I keep having to say no, and I'm just tired of saying no. It's as simple as that.
Right?
Tired of saying no.
Yeah, and for a slightly bigger fee than his fee, I can be on the boat so you actually catch 100-pound fish.
Well, that's it for the show, everybody.
You always got to start it, don't you?
Hey, if you don't think the second Jeremy starts that, I'm not gonna have pictures of that fish and all the ones we've caught this fall all over some website or Facebook page.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
he sent you his address.
Yeah, I got it.
Make Jeremy tell you. I don't care what I say. Who is Jeremy's first biggest supporter?
Me.
when Jeremy said he's going to catch trophy catfish, who was the one person that said, "Okay, let's do it"?
Well, look, I ain't gonna lie. When I first had the idea about 5.5 years ago to go after big catfish on rod and reel, everybody thought I was crazy, except three people. He's one of them. My wife and my son, Gabe. They were the only ones that came out with me trip after trip after trip, skunk after skunk after skunk, till we finally got all this figured out. So that is the OG group right there, all those years ago. Yep. In fact, Mark was the first live show that I was ever invited to be on. Was his podcast that he used to do on it was Friday nights back then.
Yeah,
Friday nights way back then. But that was the first live show I'd ever been on. In fact, that was the night before the very first couples tournament ever fished. It was the night before. That's when I was on that show.
Yep, because I think 2 YouTubers was the first people that supported you when you made a channel, and I knew their name was Mark and Stan.
Yeah, Mark and Stan.
Those are like the first 2.
Stan was actually my first subscriber that wasn't related to me. Oh, okay. That you lucky I don't turn this around and show it on camera.
I don't care.
Is that pictures I've seen?
Probably.
It's coming. The first YouTuber that invited me on the show was Muskrat. That's really? When I first came into when I first came in. Man, it was back in 2020.
Yeah.
All that craziness was going on. I was like, what is this? Seen a live and all these people chatting. It's like, that was it.
Yeah. In fact, Mark says just got over 1 million downloads on the podcast audio side.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you, if y'all have never listened to one of Mark's shows or Panfish Nation, either way, as a podcast on the audio side, y'all are really, really, really missing out. The way Mark talks and does a show lends itself to a podcast so well. I've always said that. I really enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, they are good.
And I'm not a podcast guy. I'm really not. But the way he does it, it's great.
I want to show this so Jeremy can say thank you to people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're officially over 2,000 views on the on the monster video. That's what I'm talking about.
If you wanted to know how much a YouTube video makes,
yeah, there it is. Big as Dallas. I've made a whole $10 so far.
That pays for a third of the gas we used on that trip.
That paid for the 2 bags of ice and the 3 Mountain Dews. That's a $10 right there.
It pays for the rig I lost with the weight on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Creel.
Yo.
Look at that last video I sent you.
Mark said, he said, "Oh shucks, I'm blushing."
You got to give people credit where credit is due. You have to. And if you think about it, the 1v1 series that Mark created, it's been what, 3 years now, 3.5 years ago. A lot of in that series is where I made a name for myself in the live tournament stuff. Is in his series. I mean, a lot of what I do now and who I am, I attribute it to Mark through the stuff that he created.
So if the 1v1 series is Mark, he's the reason why your head inflated.
Yes. Yes. Mark is responsible for the cocky, hard-headed whatever that I am now. Yeah.
Now we know who started it.
That's
once a week, Jeremy. Because you know how I always throw in, like, I catch a big fish. Now I got the boat record back, so I can throw it back in his face every now and then. Because once a week he's like, "I'm undefeated in 1v1s, blah blah blah."
Hey, the boat record is still in my boat. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah, it wasn't before.
It wasn't before. Yeah, exactly. The group record wasn't even in my boat. Oh man. I think to be a YouTube personality, you have to be a little inflated. You just have to, you know.
It's boring if you're too humble as a YouTuber.
Yeah, I know. I gotta force myself sometimes to brag on myself and all that, because you just got to, because ain't nobody else will do it for you.
It's the same thing for John. We tell him, look, you've got to brag on these hooks and the prices and what you're doing for people.
Got to.
Nah.
You got to. You got to show off every now and then.
Nah, good product. That's all it is.
I rather let actions speak for themselves, like the action of tearing apart a Coca-Cola can with a hook, you know, like that. You know,
I might have done that. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting.
Yeah, still got the cup, Mark. I still got it, and my other one's in the other room. I still got it, baby.
2025 is going to be really interesting. You know that, don't you?
That's an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
I mean,
there's even that new thing that only, I think, a fifth person knows about it now. The thing that I want us to do for marketing.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
And you're right, Parker. Stay humble.
Yeah. Parker said it's best to stay humble.
All the bosses are in for it, so you need to start reaching out to important people about that.
Yeah, because didn't Parker get over 3 million views on his one video?
I know, and he hates it when we remind him of that too. God, he hates that.
Man, that was a well-deserved one, though.
I know. It was wild how that video just took off, you know. But man, I didn't think it was ever going to stop for a while.
Yeah, Patrick is absolutely right. If you see us out in the wild or at a show, come talk to us, pick up a rod, pick up a hook. Yeah. Please don't hurt yourself with the hook.
Right.
Like when we're at a show, it's a show and tell. Like we touch, we mess with them, we bend. Mm-hmm. Let us bend the rods. So just in case if something goes wrong, you don't feel bad. It's our fault, not your fault, you know. But everything is touchable, feelable. How you do? We'll bend it. We'll show you. Here you go. Here's how it feels.
Right.
Including some of the salesmen. If you play your cards right, you never know.
Some of them might need it.
Yeah, so some of them might like that kind of thing. You never know. Oh man.
Yeah, no, man. Parker.
Stay away from Parker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He gets handsy. You gotta watch him.
You know, I think Jeremy said my fish is officially nominated for or he nominated it for Fish of the Year.
Well, it's up for consideration. The official nominations have not been done yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe if our little community talks about it, maybe they'll make sure it's nominated. You know, not because I want it, but that's RCT bragging rights is why.
Well, it's a win. It's a win for RCT, and it's a win for Creole catfishing as a whole for the group. You know, so
yeah,
right.
Actually, Jeremy, I'm so upset that was one of the first things I said. Now I have to do these interviews because it was my fish.
Yep,
I was actually mad about it.
Now you got to do it.
Well, why not?
Yeah, why not? Right?
I don't like bragging.
Yeah. I got into doing y'all know I don't do this. I don't care to be on
He's been doing it over a year.
But
you gotta face the radio, John.
Con me into this. Lance.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have zero experience with this live stuff and doing live talk shows and stuff, so I don't even know what y'all talking about.
You know what else you have zero experience with?
What's that?
Oh God!
Don't you say it? Don't say it.
Wait for it. 100-pound fish.
I got experience. I got experience hauling their ass over the gunnel of a boat. I got enough experience in that. You don't have to pick that thing up out of the water.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
That feels good, don't it?
River Cat's tackle, baby. You ever notice my arms actually like ripped in this because I'm trying so hard to hold this fish up?
Everybody's gonna get so sick of seeing that picture after a while. It's gonna be just like Stan's sturgeon story. I can see it coming already. Like, oh my God, not this again.
Yeah.
Sturgeon. Yeah.
Well, the old joke was that I would randomly send him pictures of the 76. That was the old boat record that stood for 5 years, and then he broke it. So I was like, "Oh, I'm not be able to do that anymore." That was the first thing Jeremy knew. As soon as I caught this fish, he was like, "Oh God."
Here it comes.
He let me have that boat record for what? 3 weeks?
Yeah,
3-4 weeks. It wasn't.
Yeah, Mark, that's what I said earlier in the live.
Yeah, 3 weeks. You had it for 3 weeks. That ass, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, it happens.
And ask me how upset I'll be if he breaks it in 3 weeks, and then he re-breaks it.
Oh,
I'd be so crushed. Oh,
I don't want no part of that, David. No.
If that
you can leave me the hell out of that one, David.
Yeah. If that one gets crushed, it damn near have to be a state record to crush it.
That ain't what I'm talking about. Read David.
Oh, no. I read it. I just wasn't gonna read it out loud on camera.
Yeah, we were ignoring that.
Yeah,
I was trying to let that one just float on by.
I ain't got no part in that.
I did have 1 or 2 personal friends that aren't in this community asking me, well, why didn't you report it? You'd be number 4 in the state.
Nah, you'd be number 5 or 6.
It wasn't 1, so I didn't.
Because I know John Bisco has number 4 with that 106. I know that for a fact.
Oh.
So you'd be like 4 or 5.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. I know that. Oh, I ain't reporting it unless I know it's a record. I don't want to get into books at number 3. No.
We have officially discussed a plan for if it happens.
Oh, there's a plan in place.
Oh, I can tell you, I'll sit there and hold his lip until he gets somebody there to get a tank.
Oh, it's
I ain't scared to sit there in the water and hold him.
Apparently, there's a certified scale right near the Simsport Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you ain't but an hour with a tank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's right there.
It happens on my end.
Well, besides, to be honest, that new boat got a live well on it big enough. I can put him in that and not have to worry about it anyway.
I thought we weren't talking about a new boat.
Oh, yeah.
He specifically told me that was the one thing we weren't talking about.
Oh, well.
You see, y'all worry about me leaking things.
Well, it's not like it's sitting in the driveway. I mean, we got a little ways to go.
One thing you said was off limits.
Did I say that? I don't remember.
Yes,
I asked you.
I did? Yeah. Okay, well. Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's not one of the products we were talking about. That's just
no.
That's just Jeremy shopping.
That's just me.
Yeah.
No, that's just me. I mean, if I have to let something out, it just shouldn't be that.
Now, if John was paying for it with River Cat's tackle, that'd be an announcement.
Yeah, that'd be a little different.
You ain't never.
We're not there yet.
Where'd that money come from?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
You rob a bank or something?
Hey, hell, at this point, I'd have to rob a bank to pay for it.
I just sold 17 million hooks to pay for that.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of packs of hooks.
Oh, what?
How much is a pack of 12-aughts?
$9.
Hold on.
He's doing math now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the boat. Let's see. I know about what that boat is new.
It's
without electronics. I put in 60.
Well, it's gonna be 60 by the time everything's said and done.
That would be 6,666 packs of hooks.
Yeah, but that's at full price of the pack. You're not doing it by profit margin.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I know that's because I'm not live announcing John's profit margin on air.
It ain't much.
It would be a lot more hooks than that.
What?
A lot more.
A lot. But no, the dealership that I do business with was kind enough to add me to their pro staff, and I'm now eligible for their pro staff / demo discounts on whatever boat I want. Man. So this is pretty much it's going to give me the shot at affording a boat that I could never afford on my own without that.
Yeah, because I changed his moniker in the videos. He is pro staff, River Cats Tackle, and Real Deal Marine officially. And
that's who helped you for
yes.
That's who gave him his prop.
Yeah, they were on my jersey for Vicksburg when I fished Mega Bucks.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
That is a great dude. Real Deal Marine, Pineville, Louisiana. Great guy. My God, you need something call.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was helping Jeremy out before Jeremy had a YouTube or fans.
I had barely started my YouTube channel. This was in March or April of 2020 is when I bought the boat I have now. And he was helping me out way back then before anybody knew who the heck I was.
So if somebody that watches this show,
they're on they're on our River Cat Tackle website, ain't they?
They are.
I think so.
Guys, everybody wants to check them out. You can go to our River Cat Tackle website, check our products out, and you can check theirs out.
And they are dealers for a lot of different brands. I'd have a hard time listing all the brands that they deal with. Sea-Ark being the main one. But Sea-Ark dealer, Ranger, Vexus, Triton.
Tell you what, if you're a duck hunter and you want one of those Sea-Ark slayers, no lie, they sell like 2 to 5 a week. They sell those things like candy.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
They come in truckloads and they take them off the truck because they're pre-sold.
Yeah.
So if anybody's looking for a good used 20-foot John boat ready to fish, hit up Jeremy because
mine will be for sale pretty soon, and I'm selling it absolutely as is, ready to fish. I'm not taking anything off of that boat. Not a thing. I mean,
the lawn chairs and the box of weights are coming out of it.
I'm gonna take my lawn chair down. And all the empty cans that are in the one of the storage compartments.
And our emergency roll of toilet paper in the front left.
That's coming with me.
I know exactly where that's
That'll come with the boat. Oh, no, that stash don't come with the boat. You can forget that.
Yep.
Electronics, trolling motor, rod holders.
Yep. The Bimini top, everything. To the lithium batteries, onboard charger, the whole kit and caboodle. She's all gonna go.
It's a great boat. It's just the new boat will be a little better suited for guiding the way it's set up.
Yeah,
is really
right. The center console thing doesn't quite lend itself to what I want to do. But man, especially for a multi-species boat, man, you can sleep 3 adults on the front deck of that thing. Like it's crazy how big the front deck is.
That boat would be such a good crappie boat with that deck.
Actually.
Man,
it would be. Somebody will get it.
Me and James and Dad redfish 4 people out of that thing all day, easily.
Yep.
Easily.
Yep.
And I'm gonna stick with my pontoon. I can sleep on it.
John gets mad if you call him and he was sleeping on the pontoon out fishing.
They called me one day and said, "How's it going?" I said, "Fine, till you woke me up."
He was like that, but more angry when he said it.
Yeah. Needless to say, John and I have very different styles of fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Mark, you heard redfish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The next video I put out might be about my red fishing trip yesterday with James.
That's what I would say, yeah.
Oh, we officially have an offer for the boat coming through my Facebook, Jeremy.
Did you?
Yes. Tyler of Vicksburg, Mississippi, has offered $1.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll.
We taking bids. I got $1.25.
That dollar will buy one of the screws that I put in that new trolling motor plug. One, not both of them, just one.
Yeah, but it's for Tyler. He gets a discount.
Not that much of a discount.
Crappie Day said message him on Messenger.
Do I have you on Messenger?
I told Jeremy. That's why we weren't going to bring it up.
I didn't do it.
The day it was announced. People would
hey,
you got to start now, right?
I didn't screw this puppy up.
Yeah. Look, hey, let me tell you something. I don't want to get rid of it right now. Somebody shows up at my house with the cash. Hey, you can drive off with it. I'll figure it out.
I know what he's asking for. Should I leak it?
Yeah, but is it the same number that I've got in my head?
I know what you told me your asking number was. But look, it's a 2072 White River John boat.
Yeah. 20 foot, 72-inch
bottom. Brand new.
Yeah, she's 99 inches from gunnel to gunnel. It's a big boat.
Mark said 2 boats is better than 1. Just saying.
Yeah, except when both notes show up to the same address. Then it's
Mama ain't gonna like that shit.
I told him to donate it to me.
Oh,
you won't like that either.
You'd love that. No.
Yeah, that finally my fee for the editing. See, this video is going viral. That's my payment.
Wait, 2K views is not viral. Let's keep our expectations manageable, okay?
He's hoping to make more than $10.
Is Jerry still in chat? Because Jeremy looked at me about a day or two later. It was at like 1,000 views. He said, "This might go viral like Jerry's." I was like, "Calm down."
I know. I was kind of getting hopeful there for a little while.
It's a steady climb. Like, I'm not saying it's go viral, but it's still steady climbing.
It is. I know. I'm very impressed. David. So that means from here on out, every 2 weeks we put a video out and he gets another 100 pounds. Every 2 weeks.
Mentioned 100-pound catfish. That's good for views.
No problem.
Yeah, hell, all he should have done was took about 15 pictures at different angles, and he could have said he caught one every month.
Start bringing different shirts. Oh, I always go in the same shirt anyway. I can get away with it.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. So Muskrat, Creo, or at least Andrew, not maybe Creo. They're going to be on Roger's show, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, Tuesday.
Yep.
And you guys check out Mark and Lyle on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central for Panfish Nation.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything to say?
No, I'm good.
If I still had the picture queued up, I'd do that again.
He's real. Look at this.
I know. I got like messages coming in now.
You started it, not me.
I know.
You can't blame me for that one.
And make sure to blow Jeremy's messenger up.
Oh! I got a picture of a boo boo. Oh man, I hate that.
I got a picture for you.
Whatever. Just remember that picture was taken in my boat, was caught with my rods, with my rigs, burning my gas. Just remember all that. This is all I'm saying.
Look, that's officially the fee for editing. Is I can basically say what I want to him.
You think you can say what you want? Otherwise, I know where you live. Remember,
he gonna get pulled around and get his big ass banned off the boat.
It's happened. It has happened.
Where you at, Jeremy? I'm already on the water, and I ain't coming back to the ramp.
I done caught a fish already.
But all right, everybody, thanks for hanging out.
Yep.
We shall see everybody next week. Everybody have a good week.
Y'all take it easy.